And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
Well, like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera. Behind the camera. No, see, now that you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
so
fair.
You're more in the category like Luther Arnold. Okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic.
That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog.
How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can
first.
you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How
I
do you do it?
mean,
Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but you know.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I got
when
try
it's
this
time,
with
when,
you.
it, when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try
you
this
gotta
with
think
you.
of something
All
funny
right,
and start laughing.
do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, yeah, woo! Today is Monday, y'all. It is Monday. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful, thriving, marvelous Monday, y'all. And I know you guys are starting to file in and all that. We got something very big going on today, a very big conversation that's going on. I know a lot of y'all are going to be like, why aren't we talking about, like, everything else that's going on in the world politically or otherwise, right? And don't get me wrong, everything that we are talking about today is very, very important. We definitely need to talk about this thing because we did leak something, or not leak, we didn't leak anything. We did talk about a leaked audio / video / audio last week, last Friday, if I'm correct. And there was just a lot around this particular topic that we definitely have got to touch upon and talk about. And I'm sorry for coming out the gate with just getting serious, but I just wanted to make sure that's abundantly clear because I know, like I said, I talked about this on Sunday, and don't get me wrong, I want to be able to talk to you guys about everything else that's going on. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I was just telling David, I want to give you guys a well-balanced, I want it to be more than just part of a well-balanced breakfast. I want to give you the whole damn meal, okay? And that covers everything from the serious stuff to the political stuff to the funny stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is why this show is a variety show, because you just never know what we're going to have to deal with on the day-to-day. You feel me? But before we jump in all of that, be sure to hit that like button down below if you're having a wonderful, positive Monday. Another day above this ground is what? A blessing. I just want to remind you guys that. All right, so pat yourself on the back. You made it through that hellish weekend. If it was a hellish weekend, pat yourself on the back. You got through it. Now it's time to kick this entire week in the balls. You feel me? Anyway, I got my boy David in the house. What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Hey man, everything's good. It's hello to everyone in chat. It's like you said, we got a lot of topics to go through today. I think the one we're about your interview is going to be one on a very important topic. I'm actually looking forward to it because there really aren't many channels that talk about issues related to male mental health or issues like molestation. And I think this is a big deal that you're having an interview that allows people to actually hear someone that at least heard from him directly.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that, when we have this person coming on here shortly, I appreciate this person coming out and breaking their silence, getting in front of this conversation, because there is a lot to talk about. But also, I have questions myself. You know what I'm saying? As you guys already know, the audio that was leaked. Let me just say this really quick. It was a video too. And shout out to Armand Wiggins. I just want to make sure that's abundantly clear that, well, first off, I found the audio. I just found audio on Twitter. Opened up my Twitter and there it was. People were talking about the audio clip. But Armand Wiggins was the first person to actually break this story. And actually, it's a video that this audio was ripped out of. Now, you don't see anybody in the video. It's just a video pointing straight up at the ceiling. And I've said this on another stream, another one of our past shows. But I just want to make it abundantly clear because, I want to give credit where credit is due. He was the first person to break that story, put the audio out there, the video, sorry. I keep saying audio. But he was one of the first people to actually break the story, put the video out there. And then somebody took that audio, stripped the audio from the video, and then just chopped up and screwed it and threw it around, right? So I found it through Twitter, unbeknownst that Armand Wiggins actually leaked this story. So first off, shout out to this dude, very talented guy. He's got a great show, great energy, and he talks about all things that are like, part of trending news, pop culture, etc. So there's a lot of backstory that we're going to be getting into when I sit here and chop it up with the person that we're having on the show here shortly. So there's a lot of like background story that we're going to be covering. There's a lot of things so that you get the full scope of what's going on today. Okay? I just want to make that abundantly clear because in no way, shape, or form am I trying to step on anybody's toes, talk ill will on anybody. I'm just asking the questions. I am just the man. I am just going to facilitate the questions so we can get the right answers and so that we can get down to the nitty-gritty of actually what went down and how this video even became a video. That's what I'd like to know. And of course, you'll find out some other questions. I'm not going to give you all the questions right now, y'all. Come on. I'm not going to give you my whole game plan. But you know that we are all here to listen, hear the story, and hopefully just be able to walk away with more information behind this situation with Kerrion and Kirk Franklin. It is a very confusing situation, and it's getting really murky. You know what I'm saying? And all this that's revolving around this is very robust. The story is extremely thick, extremely dense. So we will be talking about that. And I'm dead serious, y'all. And I'm going to say this right now because I really do feel like this needs to be talked about. If you or anyone else knows, if you are or know of anyone else that is a victim of child abuse, please contact the people that you need to contact. I don't have a number on me right now. Maybe David could look one up really quick. But there are people out here. There are hotlines. There are phone numbers. There are people out here that will have your back, that will listen to you and will listen to you in an unjudgmental way. And I just want to make that abundantly clear because this whole story about child abuse, molestation, sexual assault as a young child is really serious. Is really, really serious, and it's nothing to laugh at, and it's nothing to make a video out to just make views and all that. The only reason why I'm bringing this stuff up and I'm bringing this person onto the show is because we need to get in front of this story and hear the truth of what's going on. Because if it is real or if it is fake, we need to know the truth. Because something like this should never be looked at in a fleeting manner. Okay? So David just put it up. Thank you so much. If you or anyone else is a victim of sexual abuse, please call this number 1-800-656-4673. All right? And I hate to sound like I'm like a PSA or something like that, but I'm dead serious. You are not alone. There are people out there that will tell you that there is seriously light at the end of the tunnel, that there is a silver lining within those gray clouds, okay? So please be sure to, take that phone number and hold tight to that, all right? So, of course, before we jump into this, because he's going to be on here very shortly, we will be doing a Speak On It segment a little bit after this this interview. And of course, you guys know a little bit of the background story. I want to jump into the background story right now, but I know we're gonna have to jump off into a commercial break to bring our friend on to the show, and then get down to it. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into it. You know what I mean? Or as what Cuomo says, get after it. Like he's about to go work out or something like that. It's hilarious. We're gonna get after it. You know what I mean? I want to say, if you haven't done it yet, please share this feed. That would really mean a lot. Share this show. There's a lot of people out here, I'm sure, that are going to want to hear this story, especially from the person who actually is the one who recorded this video. It was in the possession of this particular person's hands, this cell phone that was actually recording the video. I actually do have the original video as well, so we will be looking at that here very shortly as well. So please share with your people. Get the word out there that this is the exclusive, baby. This exclusive is all it gets. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't done it yet, hit that like button down below. Those likes really do mean a lot. They help the show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's that red button down below. And if you feel compelled, you feel moved, you know what I mean? You're like, hey, what's $5 a month? What's $5 a month? Then please hit that join button. That would really mean a lot. It helps us get things taken care of on this end, and it helps us expand the show. You know what I mean? Kiki, I won't say anything that Cuomo said ever again. I promise you that. I just thought, I was like, doesn't he say get after it or something like that? Like he's about to work out or something crazy? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't he say something crazy like that, bro?
Yeah, but who knows what he means after all these claims? So let's just avoid mimicking Cuomo.
Oh, and I'm not talking about Governor Cuomo. I'm talking about Chris Cuomo. I'm talking about Chris Cuomo, not Andrew Cuomo. No. Not Governor Cuomo, the TV show host. Chris Cuomo. Better. Sorry. Let me just make sure that let me make that abundantly clear. Hold up. Time out. Hold on. I didn't mean that at all. Woo! Shoot. You guys are gonna get me in trouble. Oh my Lord. So outside of that, I just want to make sure that it was abundantly clear. We have the hotline out there. If everything goes according to plan and everything goes smoothly, I might open the phone lines up so that you guys can actually have a conversation with our friend today as well. So you might be able to ask him directly a question. You know what I'm saying? And what he's going to tell you guys will surprise you. It will surprise you. There are so many different pieces of this story that is going, that you guys are going to hear that might truly help you get the full understanding of what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it is a crazy, crazy time. Sorry. It is a crazy, crazy time. And like I said, there's a lot of people. Thank you, she said that 28. Thank you, she said that 28. See? Thank you. Somebody back me up. I don't want to get in trouble with no Governor Cuomo. There is no connection here whatsoever with Cuomo. Okay? But yes, what was I saying? I totally forgot what I was saying. Dang, I forgot what I was saying.
Introducing the guy, I think.
No, well, obviously, as you guys know, it's going to be, you're going to get a different perspective. You're going to hear the whole story of what revolves around the actual video, why the video exists, why there was taping of any kind, what was going on. And like I said, I got my own questions. I got a lot of questions to ask that I think hopefully will be questions that you guys will have been thinking in your head. And, and this is a tough one. You know what I'm saying? This is a really, really controversial, heavy conversation. Let's be real. You're talking about Kirk Franklin here. It is a very meaty accusation to put on somebody who is the icon, who is a highly respected musician. And like I said, I tore out that little clip and put it out on the YouTubes, and it's its own standalone piece. But there's been so much hate towards me and towards this show. It's unbelievable. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to advocate that he has done this. It was all it's all alleged. Nothing's been confirmed yet. I brought it up because I felt like it was an important piece of conversation to have, especially given the fact that we had just talked about it earlier that week about the leaked audio that Kerrion put all over his social medias. So it was like, you know what? We need to talk about this. You know what I mean? We need to have this conversation with the quickness.
It's one of those topics that, it's just hard to talk about, and people that already love Kirkland himself are going to probably just defend him because they trust him, and that's kind of expected.
And
but
it's understandable. It's totally understandable. Like I ain't throwing any shade on nobody who sits there and goes, "Hey, I believe Kirk. There ain't no way I'm gonna believe this kid." And there is a lot that is being said. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot that Kerrion has said. You know what I'm saying? That sparks up, throws up red flags of like, is he BSing or is this actually the truth? You see what I'm saying? So, but then again, you hear stories about Kirk Franklin and him talking about his porn addiction and that he was almost like a sex addict, and that he was, running around having a good old time, that kind of thing. I mean, so you look at both sides of both sides, and you just kind of stand in the middle going, which side should I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. So I brought it up because I wanted to talk about it. I felt like it was a very important piece of conversation that we all need to have. And that's why we're bringing this gentleman on. I'm looking forward to having him on to talk about this. And it's a piece that we're going to have to do. You know what I mean? So if you haven't done it yet, because we're going to go into a quick commercial break because I got to bring this gentleman on. If you haven't done it yet, please go share this video and all that. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Stick around. You're going to want to hear this story. All right? We'll be right back. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
Love, peace, and wellness for the holidays. Don't cancel them. Prepare STL. Decorate. Make it as normal as you can, but slow the spread of COVID. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Watch your distance. Prepare STL, helping St. Louisans of color prepare and prevail.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that. So what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, and we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
You're gonna perform
I'm sorry,
tonight.
I can't make this interview boring because this
No, it's
man
not
is
boring.
too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is gonna leave and go somewhere else so we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood.
All right, guys. Hey, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and sticking around. I apologize for the replay of the commercial. But it looks like our guy is still getting up. Honestly, it is very early over there in his neck of the woods. So he's going to be on here in a second. He'll be on in a little bit, probably about 20 minutes or so. So I'm sorry for anybody who's sitting here ready for this conversation and everything. They will be on here in a little bit, but we got to use this time for the time being until he is ready to jump on. All right. So I apologize for the delay. He was still waking up and whatnot. But anyway, like I said, the conversation will be going on here very, very shortly. But in the meantime, we are going to use this time to do a little bit of like a background, story, letting you guys hear everything and all that before we bring him on, because he said he's going to be he needs like at least 20 minutes to get himself freshened up and everything. All right. So I appreciate all y'all for being so patient and everything, but we're going to talk about these things. I'm trying to get David back on, but hopefully he'll be able to jump on with me here very, very shortly. But here it is, guys. I mean, the long story of it is the long story is that, of course, earlier last week, there was a huge controversy that happened with Kerrion coming out onto his IG and putting out that whole video of him leaking his father cursing him out. All right. And obviously, as we already know, it was really, really bad. You know what I'm saying? It was not wasn't very Kirk Franklin-y, if that makes any sense, right? Now, everybody and their mama has been looking at that video and sitting here saying, like, should you or do you curse out? Is it okay for your parent to curse out you, or a parent to curse out a child, right? And the thing is that a lot of people feel some type of way about it. Some people are like, yes, hell yes, without a shadow of a doubt, no doubt, it is wrong. It is wrong to sit here and curse out your child. Some other people sit there and go, nah, man, this is what we do. Parents curse out parents all the time. Parents curse out children all the time. You know what I'm saying? Some kids like to try their parents' patience, and sometimes the only way to wake that kid up is smacking them upside the head with some words, right? To put them in their place or put them, straighten up and fly right. You know what I'm saying? So obviously that video went out. People have been talking about this like crazy. And so much to the point where you had Steve Harvey, you had Ricky Smiley, all coming out talking about this video, basically saying like, man, like Ricky Smiley said something along the lines of like, hey, sometimes your kids, like sometimes your family ain't blood. Sometimes you got kids or family members that you just don't get along with. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of like, and understandably, that is the frustrating part of it. You know what I mean? But anyway, then you have Steve Harvey that was sitting there going, hey, get off of Kirk's back. Like, leave him alone. He didn't do anything wrong. Parents curse out kids all the time. And that's understandable. I agree with that. You know what I mean? I agree with that. I think that there's a lot of kids out here that deserve a verbal tongue lashing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we need that as kids. Sometimes we need that to just wake the F up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here saying that it's something that should be done every single day, all day, every day. But I do see it being something that is brought up, and made to wake somebody up, or get them to hear you. Especially sometimes kids don't want to listen to nothing. They don't want to listen to a damn thing, right? So now after this video, this audio, I mean, it was a video with audio in it, of course. But after this audio or video leaked, right? Obviously, everybody's talking about it. Kirk gets in front of it and says, hey, y'all, I'm really sorry. This is a personal matter. This is a family matter. This has nothing to do with y'all, but please keep us in your prayers, so on and so forth, right? And what's crazy is that now there's a lot of people that are sitting here saying, well, the reason why this happened is maybe if Kirk didn't get in front of this, maybe this wouldn't have been a conversation. Maybe this wouldn't have been a part of it. Maybe nobody would have cared. It would have gone under the radar and it would have been dead, right? But then, immediately after that, I mean, it was almost like 24, 48 hours later, he is on Tamron Hall's show sitting next to his wife, right? And he's sitting there going, I'm sorry, I apologize. I have a very difficult son. I have a son that I've been dealing with, that I'm trying my best to make things better with, but I'm having a hard time. I'm trying to be a better father. I'm an imperfect man serving a perfect God, etc., etc., etc. Then it almost seems like and we watched this on the show, and I've said this in my pop-up video, and I said it on the live and all that too. But even so, we watched that video. We watched it, and we were sitting there looking at his body language, seeing how he was addressing the situation. Is he really genuinely sorry, or is he just trying to stay in front of it just so he can secure the bags? There's so many different things, right? So many different angles to think about, right? So then, out of nowhere comes new audio / video that pops out. And I got the video right here, and we're going to take a look at it for our own damn selves. Because honestly, it is something that I think that we all need to take a look. Now, this is the actual video and audio. This is the original iPhone video, okay? That covers this whole situation. This is the original, okay? Original. Now, Kerrion was staying in a hostel in LA. And, it was kind of like a shared living quarters type of thing, right? And the person that I have on the show is the person that owns the actual phone. This is the actual footage from his actual phone. They're in the middle of an argument. This is from apparently collectively a 40-minute video of just arguments and fighting and all this stuff. Now, I'm going to play the video for you guys, and I'm going to explain a little bit of a backstory behind it, behind the actual video and why it became what it is right now. Okay, because it doesn't make any sense. You're going to listen to the video, you're going to see the video, and you're going to go, wait, I don't get how this all works together. I'm a little confused. How does this all come together? Trust me, it'll all be explained here very, very shortly. But let's take a listen to this video. The original video.
The Christmas gift, CJ.
You're welcome.
I got you tomorrow.
No, you don't have to give me anything.
No, but I didn't plan to tell you that I was gonna get you
Nothing's
some stuff.
gonna be open tomorrow.
Like, we're not doing the fucking shit today, and
language, by the way.
Nothing's gonna be open tomorrow.
Here we go.
If it's not open tomorrow.
He used to have this thing on in LA for the youth called the Takeover.
I think we should.
Yes, and I used to go. Yes. I've shook in this man's hand, had a conversation with him. He really is tiny.
This is classic. After everything I've been through, you can play his music tonight. You showed your ass tonight, TJ.
Here we go.
They can play Mama Leslie's music.
You hear that? I'm going to roll that back one more time. I know I've already done this a billion times before, but this is the original video and audio right here.
They can play Mama Leslie's music.
I knew it.
Now I feel really uncomfortable playing his shit.
Now I will turn it off. I will. But wasn't I saying I think that was the one? I knew it.
I don't want to think that it was hurt because it's like, what if he's playing the devil card, the lion?
The lion.
The lion.
It could be so. I wish I felt bad.
Now, obviously, when you hear this video and or hear it and watch this video, you're sitting here going, why are they saying I knew it? I knew it. Well, there's a lot of a backstory regarding this particular situation. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot to unfold. There's a lot to unfold. Okay? And it's going to make sense here very shortly. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry. I'm messaging the our dude right now to make sure he's going to be jumping on here very soon. So, because I want him to say it himself, the background story of everything, but now you hear the video, or now that you see the video and hear the audio, I keep saying that, it's driving me nuts. By the way, brother, you got something in your beard.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better. It's like you had mayonnaise or something in your beard. What the hell's going on, bruh? So anyway, there is a lot to unfold. There's a lot to understand in this situation. Please be sure to hit that like button down below if you don't mind. He will be on here in a few minutes to chop it up and talk about this situation, because there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unfold here. You know, and I could explain it, but I feel like it's better to hear it from the horse's mouth himself, who was actually in the room taping this situation. And you're sitting there going, why would he play? Why would this particular gentleman play Kirk Franklin music towards Kerrion? Why? You see what I'm saying? But like I said, this all happened during the holidays of this past year of 2020, holidays of 2020, and there's a lot to talk about. And Trisha 1, what is the motive to record this conversation? Where's the rest? Okay, so the rest, I'll say this. The rest are other bloggers actually have the full video. I only have a small snippet. I don't have the whole thing. So the full video will be leaked here very soon, right? And trust me, he's coming on very, very soon. Joe Cool, who's Kerrion? Kerrion is the son of Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin is a very big, popular gospel composer, producer, singer, songwriter. He definitely is legendary. Let's just say that. Okay, he has a son from a past relationship, and his son is named Kerrion. He had this son out of wedlock when he was 19 years old. All right, so he was in a completely different world at 19 years old. Right? He didn't find Christ. He didn't find any of that stuff. He didn't find God. He didn't find the Holy Spirit. None of that. He didn't find the music and the sound that he had at 19 years old. He was just running around being a kid. Being a dumb, young kid, right? And, of course, he has a child at 19 years old. But then, of course, he finds his life. He finds his career. He finds God's property. You know what I'm saying? You got Stomp. You got, what's the other song? Do You Want a Revolution? I mean, come on. These are all, like, I got that on my workout mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, those songs are on my workout. I'm not lying. No lie. Those are on my workout mix right now as we speak. But, now you got these accusations that are going on, and it's absolutely nuts. David, I'm going to have to talk to you here in a little bit. All right, brother?
All right, man.
Talk to you soon. Peace. So, the thing is that we got so many things that are going on, and so many questions that need to be had, all right? And the thing is that we, well, as we already know, we just saw the video. We just saw the tape. Not only just the audio, like in my pop-up, in my little video from last week, we saw the actual original video. All right. So the man that recorded the video is here live with us today. Please welcome CJ to the house. How you doing, my brother?
Good morning. Sorry. Good morning. My voice is a little hoarse. So I'm gonna try to talk as much as I can. I'm on LA time. I'm on Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah. No,
So
I understand. It's like it's almost 8 o'clock in your neck of the woods. So I totally understand. And also I appreciate you just taking the time to get up, get freshened up and be on the show to talk about this, because we do need to talk about all this. So don't worry, we will be patient with everything. I want to make it abundantly clear too, because I know I saw some comments in the comments section. I am not paying for this conversation, nor would I ever pay for this conversation. So I just want to make sure that's abundantly clear. Go ahead, my brother.
You're not paying for this conversation.
Yep.
And you didn't pay me to talk to you. And I want to make it clear to your audience too that we discussed why the only reason I am coming on camera is because of this, what's been going on behind the scenes.
Absolutely. And there's a lot to talk about in regards to what's going on behind the scenes, like for real. But before we jump into all of that, we gotta, this obviously is a very, very, go ahead.
Is it okay if I address that first?
Sure. I just figured we can find out everything first and then you can put that in. But go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you got to say, man.
I'm only coming on camera. I'm only speaking out now to the audience because what's been going on behind the scenes with other commentators and other bloggers has been very messy, and somebody was threatening to expose me when all I wanted to do was be anonymous in the first place. I just had a recording. I just had a tape that I tried to sell to a huge blogger who reached out to me named Tasha K. And now behind the scenes, I've been dealing with so much turmoil and so much drama with this blogger, Tasha K, that now if she feels like she has a position or power to threaten me, now I'm coming out. And I will just speak out against her because she's dirty. And I will tell my story to the Pascal show.
I mean, I appreciate you taking the time to tell your story right here on this show. And for those of y'all who are watching right now, I hate to do this, but shameless plug, please go hit the like button down below. Please share this story. Please share this feed. That would really, really mean a lot. There's a lot to talk about here. There's a lot to unfold. And yes, some of it goes into the conversation that you had with Tasha K, which of course we will talk about here very shortly. But mainly, we definitely got to go into the back of it. We got to go back to the beginning of this story because there's so much going on. So much going on that I feel that we need to get the full scope of everything. It's such a robust story, right? So when you were, what spawned you recording Kerrion in the first place? Because from my understanding, Kerrion did not know he was being recorded, correct?
When I started to record Kerrion, I don't believe he understood that he was being recorded. Because there's two separate recordings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make that clear to your audience. There's the recording that one other person that was there in that room recorded, and there's a recording that I did. So somebody, I'm not going to even say, they were recording first.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were having a very heated argument. That's all it was. We were arguing, and because Kerrion is such a hostile person, the person who started recording first felt like they needed to record to protect me. So if he was aware that that person was recording, I don't know. But I know on my end, when it was getting towards the end of our argument, I was recording, and I don't think he knew I was recording.
Gotcha. So, explain the hostel, right? The actual hostel that you guys are staying in. Like, what is that exactly? Because I understand that you guys were all living together in one type of hostel. Before we go into the actual video and the recording of it, can you just describe what that was all about? Like how that is all set up?
So it's just an Airbnb.
Okay.
It's a Airbnb, a living situation. How do I explain this? You can go on Airbnb, the app, book a room for a night, or a month, or 2 months. So I was there because I was in my own critical living situation. So I was there for several months. And when I got there, I was there, and then Kerrion got hired on as help. The help. He got hired on as the housekeeper.
Gotcha. Okay. So Kerrion
So
was... Go ahead.
It was basically like, I had my room. It was like, I had a place without a deposit or first month's rent. That's what it was for me. It was just Airbnb, pay, boom. That's what it was.
Gotcha. And then you guys were all sharing... You were all sharing the same space together. Kerrion was, maintenance and taking care of the place, keeping it tidy and everything, but also living there at the same time.
Yes.
So that was his way. So that was his way of like payment in a way. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense for his Airbnb stay. Okay, so now I understand that this happened on Christmas Day, right? This whole recording happened Christmas Day, just a few months past. Can you break it down to me on like what actually happened? Because you said that there were two recordings, not only just one, not only just yours, but there's another video out there of the recording between y'all. So why was there two different people? Like, why was there another person recording as well as you recording on Christmas Day with him talking the way he was talking? What got you guys to do that? What started the recording?
Thank you for asking that question, because when the full audio comes out, I want people to understand that nobody was bullying Kerrion. Nobody was picking on him. Nobody was baiting him into doing anything. It was a very real argument. So how this went down, it was Christmas. He had already been kicked out the house. So since the remainder of us, we had been somewhat cool with Kerrion, he wanted to come over.
Mm-hmm.
So, because he didn't have nobody to spend Christmas with himself. All of us there were not spending Christmas with our families. So we was just all like, okay, you know, Kerrion, you can come spend Christmas with us. You know, and we thought that he was going to be on his best behavior. That's how we agreed to let him come back over. So Christmas Eve, he bought the Christmas tree. It was all fine and dining. It was all cool. Then as the night goes on, we're all drinking. We're all, you know, it's Christmas Eve. We're adults.
Mm-hmm.
We do what we do. Kerrion does what he does, which makes him a scary person when he does what he does.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So the night is going on. He do what he do. And I fell asleep on the couch. So I pass out and I wake up. And me and Kerrion have this weird relationship because he talks about me. He bashes my name in character.
Mm-hmm.
So this was all of before was hearsay. Like, oh, somebody would come up to me and be like, oh, Kerrion said this about you. Oh, Kerrion said this about you. Oh, Kerrion. But I never actually heard it from his mouth.
Right, right.
So when I woke up, I'm actually hearing him talking crap about me, running me low. And I just woken up. I hear him talking about me, talking bad about me. I'm still in a blender. So we just start arguing. We argue.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are in each other's face, just, you know, spitting out insults back and forth towards each other, right?
Yes, very venomous things. We were arguing very nasty because Kerrion does have a bad mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give his father, Kirk, that Kerrion is very aggressive and very hostile. And I have a bad mouth too. I'm not going to play victim or like I'm just innocent. No, I have a bad mouth too, and I can match that energy with Kerrion.
Right.
So we're going back and forth. Then it gets very aggressive, and the girls in the room start getting scared. So that's when the recording starts because
Gotcha.
Kerrion has a behavior of lying, and if you know, this is Los Angeles, so the police do not come until something happens. You can't call the police in LA and be like, oh, I'm scared. Oh, can y'all come? My roommate is threatening me. You can't do that in Los Angeles. Something has to happen for the police to come.
Gotcha.
So that's why we were recording. Well, that's why one of the girls were recording first, because it was getting heated and crazy. So, in case anything happened,
you had physical, right? You had physical evidence to make sure that if anything goes down, you at least have something to show that if you were assaulted or anything of that sort, you had the footage to back you up if you had to take this to court. I get it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I get it. Now I understand, like, okay, so both of you guys were recording and everything. Now, was he high? Like, was he on something?
Yes. To my impression, I don't want to get you in trouble,
right?
Miss,
right.
Pascal.
Allegedly, this is all alleged.
Yeah. So, but from what I saw, yes, he was on his potion.
Okay. So then, obviously, you're sitting there. Obviously, we don't have the full video. There's other people, other bloggers that have that footage, the full footage, and which will hopefully that will all come out so that things will be fully, so that everyone can see the full scope of everything. The truth will come to light, kind of thing. But in the video that we have, in the video that I have, the question is why were you playing Kirk Franklin music? Because it was you that was playing the Kirk Franklin music. So why were you playing it? What inspired you to play that music?
So this is how that went down. At first, the argument was going on for over an hour, right? So we arguing, and I'm just exasperated. I just want Kerrion to shut his mouth up. I just want him to be quiet at this point. So in the audio that y'all heard, I was fed up. So I started playing his father's music because I wanted to get under his skin.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted him to shut up. And I thought that would make him shut his mouth. Because the argument went on for over an hour. And the 40-minute audio that Armand Wiggins mentioned is very real.
Okay.
So it's could you imagine arguing with somebody for over an hour and they just won't quit? That's what that was. That was my Christmas. So me knowing at that point, in that moment, that that's his father, Kirk Franklin is his father, I started to play his music to get under his skin.
Now I understand.
Yes.
So now I understand, like, in the very beginning, when you first met Kerrion and all that, and you knew that he was, doing maintenance around this Airbnb, you guys are all in this spot. You guys didn't know who he was, right?
No,
so
we did not.
So because I know that in the video you say, I knew it. I knew both you and the girl that's in the video. Both of you guys are saying, I knew it. I knew it. You're not saying I knew it that he was allegedly sexually abused by his father. You just knew that you were just finally finding out that Kirk Franklin was his dad, correct?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so here's the twist.
Okay.
I told you he got kicked out the house. When he got kicked out, that's when we was doing because he is a trip. Kerrion is a trip. So the day he got kicked out, he was going on a rampage to the house manager. And he was saying, don't you know who my father is? And such and such and such. And I could have this whole place shut. This is when he got fired and when he got kicked out.
Right.
So it intrigued our curiosity. Like, okay, who really is Kerrion? So his mail used to come to the house in a spelled differently from how his name is actually spelled prior.
Gotcha.
So, as I told you yesterday, I ran into one of his friends after he got kicked out, and me and his friend exchanged numbers, and his friend sent me a text spelling Kerrion's name in the proper fashion, unbeknownst to me. So that's when I looked up his name right before Christmas. I looked up Kerrion, and you see this story from 2018 where he was alleging his father killed him. I mean, tried to kill him. Excuse me. So then it was like, oh my gosh, Kerrion, this is your father?
Yeah.
So that's when we found out. So when in the audio, when you guys hear me say, I knew it, it was because of me and Kerrion, our prior conversations, our relationship as roommates, and I want people to distinguish the difference. We were not friends. We were roommates, and he opened up to me on several occasions. It made sense to me when he made that statement, that was his molester. Because he talked about being molested prior. He talked about being molested by a preacher, a pastor. He talked about how he hated church, how he did not like the church organization. And how he hated his father, and how he hated his stepmother. He never mentioned to me anything about his mother. He always said, my stepmom is a B. My stepmom is this. Or, his father, how he just hated his father.
Gotcha. So he was so there was a lot of things that he was alluding to. You just didn't know what the reason why, what was the motivation behind any of this stuff. So then you're in the middle of this argument. He's going in on you throughout this whole 40-minute, almost an hour-long ordeal. You start playing music. You start playing this Kirk Franklin music because you were kind of giving him the middle finger in a way. And then he's
at that point, before your audience gets the wrong idea.
Right.
We found out who his father was, whatever. So he wanted to spend Christmas with us at the hostel. So at that point, we already knew everything. So now you can keep going. Yes, we were arguing very badly. And yes, towards the end of the argument, I started playing Kirk Franklin's music because it was a middle finger, like F you, like Kerrion, F you.
Because I mean, Kerrion in the video, from what I've heard, on other bloggers' sites and everything, he was going in like this. He's insulting you. He's saying all kinds of stuff. I think he was calling you a demon, something like that, and.
He was calling me a FAGGOT.
Yeah. Full on. You know what I'm saying? So I understand like you just wanting to retaliate because he's going in on you. Obviously there was the argument almost went to a place of going into a physical altercation You said something along the lines of when we talked before. You said something along the lines of that you warned him that if he tries to step at you, that you had mace in your possession, that you would mace him. But then him hearing that made him step down, like step back. But then he kept spitting insults at you, which inspired you to turn on the Kirk Franklin music. And then that's when we have the infamous line of him saying that he was sexually abused by his own dad. So then you go, I knew it because you were saying because of the backstories of understanding him and him confiding in you about different things. Now you're going, okay, I knew it. There was some reason why he was denouncing his father, the church, religion, etc. And this is finally we found out the reason. Now the thing is, and thank you so much for giving us the full scope of everything, because there is, like I said, it's a very robust story. There's so much going on. It's hella dense. But I gotta ask you, because there's a lot of people out here that think that this video is staged, that the video is fake. Is this video fake? Is this video staged?
Absolutely not. This happened Christmas Day. This is how I spent my Christmas morning. I can send you the screenshot or a receipt of, how iPhones will work.
Right.
They show you the date and time. This was not fake. This was how I woke up on Christmas. And shortly after the argument, he throws out the Christmas tree.
What?
Yeah, he threw out
why
our Christmas tree.
But why though?
He was that pissed that I was playing his father's music that he threw out the Christmas tree that he bought. He bought the Christmas tree. It's not funny. I'm not laughing, but me knowing Kerrion, his character, me knowing him as a person, that was true Kerrion fashion. Like, that was him.
Yeah.
Now, the important piece of information is, do I believe him?
That's exactly what I was about to ask you. Do you believe him?
Yes, I believe him. Because of our conversations, because of what we've talked about when we were cool, I believe him. Without a doubt, Kerrion is off the chain. He's not well. He is, he is a two-piece combo, but sometimes when he's really talking to you, he makes sense. He does, have a deeper character. And in that moment when we were arguing and I was playing his dad music, it hit me like an epiphany when he said that. It was just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That makes sense.
Right. It's like, oh, now it all is coming together. Now it makes sense. So you don't think that maybe, because obviously there's a lot of people out here that have specific opinions about this, obviously. Many, many different questions and opinions about this. Could it be just him just talking? Like, some people get angry and speak out of turn, say stuff just to be, to add drama to something, or to just, I don't know, just to speak on something just for the sake of speaking. Speaking out of turn happens all the time when you're angry. Could it possibly be that he said this just to stir the pot, just to make some stuff up?
It could be. It could be, because this is why I'm going to play devil's advocate. Okay. Because Kerrion does lie. Kerrion, to win an argument, he will lie. He will make something up. He lied on me in the audio when if Armand Wakens decides to release the whole audio, you will hear the crazy stuff that Kerrion was saying. you'll hear it.
Right.
Oh, and in that audio, you'll Kerrion lied. He tried to make it seem like I made a sexual advance towards him.
Really?
At point, yeah, at one point. And I never did. I never did. Kerrion is attractive. He is handsome. But I just me being gay doesn't mean I want to jump on every guy that I see.
Right.
So he played into that shit and tried to make me look like I was thirsty, which never was the case because Kerrion is in the struggle. Kerrion is, broke. Kerrion is, his father don't send him nothing.
Right.
He is what he is. He is 32 and going through the struggle. So me just knowing Kerrion and hearing what his father is saying on his, on his apology tour.
Right.
It makes sense because Kerrion does have a strong personality. Kerrion is menacing. Kerrion is not short like his father. Understand that Kirk Franklin is 5'2", 5'3". Kerrion is over 6 feet tall, with anger and a lot of attitude.
Right.
I'm not over 6 feet, so I can understand why his father doesn't deal with him, because I can understand it just knowing Kerrion.
Gotcha.
And but I believe him. But I believe him when he said it. That shit came out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere. When he said it in audio, that came out of nowhere. It was like, oh, okay. Me and the people in the room were just like, oh, okay, well, let's, we're going to turn this off now because now it's getting serious. We all believe it because Kerrion wears his heart on his sleeve.
Right.
He wears his heart on his shoulder. So it just was like we just believed him instantly when he said it.
Right. There's so much to unfold, and of course I want to get into the question of why you decided to leak this audio and everything. So we got to go into a very, very, very short commercial break. We'll be right back. This is the Pascal Show. Bye. Hey, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and sticking around and being a part of the conversation. If this is your first time checking out this show, please go hit that like button underneath this feed right now. I'd love to see it get past 100 likes. That would really mean a lot. And don't forget to crush that subscribe button. That would really mean a lot, all right? Crush that subscribe button. And if you're interested, please hit that join button and be a part of the show. Help the show grow and do what it is. I'm here with my boy, CJ, and we have got to get back into this conversation, of course. Obviously, as we already know, you have recorded this video unbeknownst to Kerrion, okay? And then you leaked it. Why did you leak this footage?
I leaked the footage because when he leaked his audio of his father and him arguing and his dad cussing him out, it was going viral. And I understood that Kerrion was going to be I'm younger than Kerrion, so I understand social media. So I knew that he was going to be made fun of. I knew that he was going to made look like a fool. And so I have compassion for him, even though him and I are not cool. We're not friends. We have a love-hate relationship. It's toxic. If you sat me and Kerrion down in a room together, it ain't gonna go well. He don't like me, and I, don't really like him like that either. So I understood why he leaked his argument with his father. I understand that he's hurt and he's in pain because of what he went through. I know what I know, but he didn't understand how to go about it. So I did try to talk to Kerrion. I attempted to make conversation with him. Him being me being a victim of being molested too. Me being a person who understands where he is in his life. I tried to talk to him. I said, Kerrion, I spoke to him Saturday. I said, Kerrion, you know that you leaking that audio with your dad is not gonna go well. You're gonna make yourself look like a fool.
Right.
And sure enough, it did. And I said, if you're comfortable, but I guess he didn't know that I had these tapes from Christmas, because I recorded. There was another altercation we had that I recorded. So I'm assuming that he was thinking that I was talking about some other recording that we had prior.
Gotcha.
That when we argued before. But I tried to get his blessing. I tried to, explain to him, you remember what happened on Christmas? I recorded it. I tried to, but if you deal with Kerrion, you'll know that this man, it goes in laps and circles, and he is not well.
Gotcha.
So he tried to argue with me and tried to, say some stuff. And I have since moved out of that house. So I was not about to sit there and deal with Kerrion. Because I felt like, you know what, Kerrion, if you don't want to share your story, I'm going to give you a platform, because you may not be the only victim in this.
Gotcha.
You may not be the only child that got, harmed by Kirk Franklin. It's about you. It's about you and what you went through, but it's bigger than you too. So
yeah, because there's a lot of people that are, obviously everyone's looking at all this footage, everything, not only just this video of him making that allegation, but also the other videos of Kirk Franklin going in on him, cursing him out and everything. But there are people who are sitting here saying that that this was a planned out piece. Like they were like in that Kerrion is the mastermind behind this whole thing, this whole leaked video that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? That this whole leaked video of him accusing his father of sexual abuse is a mastermind, thought out thing. That they were like, oh, he knew all along about this because he wants to sweeten the pot a little bit more. That this is all a financial motive. It's all motivated by finance. It's all motivated by monies, that he just wants to secure the bag even more. So he's like, what will make the story even juicier? Oh, let me come up with this allegation. Let me just throw this out here and let me get my friends involved and come up with this idea. And then they will leak this footage and put it out there. What do you say about that? Because there are a lot of people that are saying this as well, that this is all his mastermind. This is all his workings, that this is all BS.
Thank you for asking that question.
Yeah.
Kerrion and I are not friends. He has me blocked on Instagram. We're not friends. Secondly, this was not a mastermind, and this is where I'm going to get into Tasha K.
Okay.
Since you asked this question. When this was all getting hot and heavy, I knew I had this tape. I knew what I had. I didn't like Steve Harvey and the Teddy Rileys and the Brats and the the other media outlets making fun of Kerrion.
Right.
Because I don't know that this could be a possibility. And I knew what I had in my possession. I knew that, and what I feel and what I believe is that Kirk did molest his son. So, with all that being said, when this story was going and it kept going, because Kirk gave life to it, which he should not have did, I did not like how Kerrion was being played in the media. So I was like, you know what? I got this shit. I tried to talk to Kerrion. I tried to talk to him. I tried to explain to him, Kerrion, you do you remember Christmas? Well, that argument was, and he was just, when he sees red, he sees red.
Mm-hmm.
When that boy is not well, I'm going to tell the audience, your people, that Kerrion is not well. So I couldn't get through to him to tell him. So I leaked it. That was your question, right? Why did I leak it?
Yeah. What was the motivation behind it? Because a lot of people think that this is all one big mastermind plan, with Kerrion being the man behind this plan. You know what I'm saying?
I leaked it because it needed to get out. I believe Kerrion. I believe him. Me just knowing him as a person, I believe him. And I want it to be anonymous. This is how I'm going to get into Tasha K.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be attached. I didn't want to have to come on camera and speak. I didn't want to have to do this. So I was pitching the audio around. I'm like, hey, I'm speaking to other bloggers.
Right.
Hey, I got this audio of Kerrion saying that his father molested him. I'm pitching it. Tasha K was one of the big bloggers who reached back out to me quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And she's huge. So I propositioned her like, okay, girl, you want this tape, obviously. Is there a number associated with me emailing you this tape? That's how I came at her.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to pay me. It's a big deal. It's a big allegation.
Right.
That I did not want to be a part of. So she didn't want to pay. She, said some shit to me, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be a part of that. I think she started talking about, she gotta get legal counsel, and it was like, okay, Tasha K.
Understandable, because it is a very heavy allegation to put out there. So legally, I can understand why she was going, hey, we got to go through all this red tape first because I don't want to leak something that is, one, that may not be true, two, that could get her in court for lawsuits and defamation and all that stuff. So I understand her having a little bit of concern, just having to jump through some extra hoops just in case, you know?
I respect it. We didn't argue about it. It was like, okay, well, I'm going to move forward for me.
Right.
Because I don't want to be a part of this. So the other smaller bloggers was still, you know, reaching out. And I ended up I gave it away. I gave it away to Armand Wiggins because I watch him and his platform. He is a gay man, and he understands the magnitude of molestation,
right?
Of being a male victim of sexual assault. Because I wanted this audio to be handled with care, because it's a lot. It's 40 minutes of us arguing and talking BS to each other. But the bigger picture is the allegation. So I gave it to Armand Wiggins.
Right.
So,
just so you can get it out there. Just so you can get the story out there.
And I did not want to be a part of the YouTube drama. I'm a regular everyday citizen.
Right.
So this goes back to Tasha K.
Right.
Because behind the scenes, this is why I'm coming out. Behind the scenes, it has been nasty and nefarious because she passed up on the opportunity to get this audio, and I guess she was salty that I gave it to Armand Wiggins, and she went on Station Head talking her mess and threatening to expose me, the source. And this is why people don't come forward, because this is not how it's supposed to go. You don't threaten the source. I'm a source. You're a big media outlet. It shouldn't be far-fetched to you to understand that, okay, I wanted some money for this tape.
Right.
You didn't want to pay me. You got your Pangea and all your ads on your videos. Why can you, run me a stimulus check? I didn't give her a number. Right. I know she went in her video and talked about how Kerrion gave her an astronomical number. I didn't give her a number. I made a suggestion to her. I said, you want this tape? Is there a number associated with it?
Yeah, and I get it, because there's a lot of people out here that have certain pieces of information. Regardless of how it is seen, right? Regardless of how this is seen, a lot of people have particular information or exposing hot off the presses type of content that they want to quickly make money or like see if they can secure a bag real quick, and I get that to a certain extent. And it seems like, because let me just get this clear as well. Because, shout out to Armand Wiggins, very talented guy, great show and all that. But he did not pay to release leak that audio or that video, correct? You just gave it to him. Okay, because I want to make that abundantly clear, because I know that some people might be thinking, oh, so then Armand paid for it? But it sounds like you tried, it didn't work out, so then you said, F it, I'm just going to give it to Armand or some blogger out there that I respect, because I want to get the word out there. So at first you tried, You gave it a shot. It didn't work out. Correct?
Yes, but let me just be 100% honest.
Come on, let's get 100.
I gave it to Armand first in the first place. Armand did not want to run the story.
Wait.
He didn't.
Why not?
He did because he was scared, like I was scared.
Gotcha.
He understood the magnitude. So he wanted me to come on camera like how I'm on camera with you.
Right.
The story. And I was getting cold feet. I said, oh no, Armand, I can't come on camera. So when he was saying he didn't want to do it, that's when I started pitching it. The story was hot. So that's when I was trying to sell it. So he already had it first.
Right.
Point blank, period. I guess maybe word got back to him that, the audio is being pitched. And he decided, he called me Thursday and was like, you know what, CJ, I'm just going to do the story. And I was like, okay. Because at that point, I hadn't even sold it yet.
Right.
If you're going to do it, you don't have to come on camera. I'm going to do it. And I was like, okay, well, cool. So now I can stop pitching it around. So the, what's his name? Larry Reed and Tasha K can shut all that shit down and be quiet because Armand had it first.
Gotcha.
Before I started pitching it, he had it first.
Gotcha.
I gave it to him because I watched his first live on it and I felt compassionate and I told him, I said, Armand, there's a different mix to the story that you may not know. And I gave it to him. And he didn't want to run it at first. So I'm going to give Armand that credit. He did not want to run the story.
Absolutely.
He had to stay from Sunday all the way till Thursday.
And then he leaked it.
And then he ran the story.
Right. Then he broke the story. Yeah. Yeah, it's such an interesting story, like such an interesting series of events, period, on all of it. I mean, everything from, it's just a wild story. Everything from what happened, on Christmas Day, all the way down to how it was given out, to how it was leaked, etc., or how the story was broken, or how somebody was able to break the story and all that. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how that is, like, how that all went down. But it is interesting just how you were shopping it around, basically. Yeah. Let me ask you, though, why not send it to Tamron Hall? Why not send it to the Gayle Kings and the Oprahs and all that? Why not send that footage out to maybe higher media sources? Why just the blogs?
I reached out to some very big media sources. I was in the TMZ headquarters.
Gotcha.
They did not want to touch it. These bigger people and bigger platforms did not want to touch this. They did not want to run it because they probably rubbed shoulders with these A-list people. And that's what I understood. I was like, okay, when I understood that this is how it works, I'm going to give it to a smaller blogger, Armand Wiggins, and give him this story.
The opportunity to do it, right.
The bigger people did not want to do it. Tasha K was one of the bigger people who reached back to me because she do it all. She don't care. The other bigger people did not want to touch it. They ignored me. So I reached out. When this was all getting hot and heavy. I reached out. Oprah or a Gayle King should have, touched this. Because from what I understand, the bloggers already knew this was coming out because I was reaching out to them. The Hollywood Unlocked, the Breakfast Club, I reached out to all of them.
Right. No, and I understand that. And I think that a lot of people are looking at this video and going, well, we don't see his face. All we hear is somebody in the background that sounds like Kerrion, but anyone could say that could be anyone, right?
Kerrion Franklin.
Right. And I feel you. I'm just saying, like, in regards to what everybody else would be saying, and I've said it even on my video when I covered this story, I said it even that too. I was like, this could be anyone, because I only had audio at that time, but this could be anyone saying this stuff. This could literally be a full on fabricated, almost like a sketch, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, this could be something that is scripted or planned out. We don't see anybody. We don't see him. We don't see his mouth going up and down saying these things. But
go on.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Anybody that's doubting
yes
the authenticity of this, you can go on Kerrion's page, listen to his audio and videos, and match it with my recording and my Christmas Day. Because that shit was very fucking real. Excuse my language.
You're good.
That was very real.
You're
that was friends. How I spent my Christmas.
Right.
My Christmas Day was ruined by Kerrion.
Right. I get it.
I'm not lying about nothing.
I feel you, but let me ask you this. Have you talked to Kerrion since the recording of that video, or since this video was leaked? Have you talked to Kerrion, and what does he have to say about this?
Oh, since the leak?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
The leak? No. After Christmas? Yes. Because when he was getting teased in the media, I was trying to explain to him that I had this confession from Christmas and what did he want to do. But he did not receive the word. No pun intended. He did not receive that. Kerrion, this, I'm talking about the audio from Christmas.
Right.
He didn't catch it. So I guess he didn't remember. I don't know. I tried to talk to him on last weekend, Saturday.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to argue. Like I made it clear, me and him don't have the best relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We were roommates. We're not. He don't really want much to do with me at all.
Right.
So, but I had compassion for him. So I was like, well, fuck it. If you want to get teased in the media, fine. I'm going to leak this anyway because there's a bigger picture.
Yeah, I mean, obviously something obviously is going on, whether that is he is dealing with some mental health issues or like, and I feel like that's where we're waltzing down. But these accusations should never be taken lightly ever. So it's more of a thing of like, we really have to make sure that we hear the truth. We find out from the sources what is the truth and what is not the truth. Whether this is him having a mental issue, as like a psychotic break, if he has bipolar issues, if he's manic depressive, any of those things, we got to make sure those things are covered. And then, of course, talking about these said accusations that are coming out, because these accusations are not just something that you just turn a blind eye to. These are
Even if
serious things, serious accusations.
Even if you are bipolar or polar bear or borderline personality disorder, you understand the magnitude of dropping that heat. So I believe him.
Yeah.
I believe him 100% without a doubt. I do believe Kirk Franklin molested his son. And I do believe that this is why Kerrion is the way he is, because of what he endured.
Right. You know, I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Is that cool?
That's fine with me.
I'm gonna open up the phone lines, y'all. Give me a call. 314-766-4581. I want to hear some questions. If you guys have any questions for CJ, please give me a call. The requirements are, please be respectful. If you ain't, you're getting cut off. We ain't playing today, okay? This is a serious conversation, and I know that a lot of y'all have a lot of questions. So give me a call, 314-766-4581. If you haven't done it yet, hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. That would really, really mean a lot, okay? You know, the thing is I wanted to make sure that all y'all had the full scope of this conversation, the full scope of what was going on. Especially, you know, I appreciate CJ being on today, talking about this, because this is a heavy thing. And for anyone to leak something like this, to put this kind of information out there, even to have that burning in your pocket for so long, is really heavy. That's a heavy thing to deal with.
Tasha K threatening me behind the scenes.
Yeah.
This is why I'm on camera today, coming forward.
Let's get this.
Because I have Tasha K. Tasha K.
Yeah.
It's threatening me behind the scenes. So if she gonna expose me and expose my identity, then I'm gonna come out myself and expose my goddamn self.
Right on. Let's get this phone call. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from? Oh, they left. Oh, wait, they're calling again. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from Washington, D.C., and this is Kia.
And your name is what? What's your name again?
It's Kia. Sorry if it's a little delayed. The feedback, I think it's a little delayed.
No worries. Kiera?
Kia, like the car.
Oh, Kia. Thank you so much for calling from. Thank you so much for calling from DC. What is your question? What is your question? Speak on it.
So my question is basically for CJ. How difficult do you think it would be right now to find Kerrion and locate him?
Was your question how difficult
it would be to find Kerrion?
Yeah, like get in touch with him, like see him in person. Like if you wanted to kind of get more clarification on it.
Not.
Thank you for the call.
Not difficult at all. I mean, we're not cool, but I know how to get access to him, I guess. Like, we not cool, but I know how he move and where he move, but we ain't cool.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I would wonder, because he's basically, from the last time I checked his social medias, he just kind of disappeared. You see what I'm saying? I don't know where he's gone, but I'm hoping that he's okay wherever he's at. But he has disappeared as of recently. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, it's a good question to ask. Like, if you know where he's at and everything. or if anybody's been in contact with him. CJ Lee on YouTube just said, please make sure CJ looks for Kerrion because this has the magnitude to make someone with trauma go over the edge and take their own life. You know, obviously I'm editing what CJ said here on here, but go ahead.
That's a good statement because that was one of the things in the back of my head is I don't want a Kirk Franklin or Kerrion to kill themselves. This is why I was hesitant to leak the audio. This is why I did not want to be exposed by any of the bloggers I was in contact with. I just wanted to be behind the scenes, watching like the rest of y'all. But since Tasha K want to play dirty with me, I gotta jump in and protect myself and let the viewers and watchers know shit about me. You know, like my Instagram is CJ on camera. Y'all can go and make sure I'm alive.
Right. The phone lines are still open, 314-766-4581. I know some other people were trying to call in during that previous call, so give us a call, 314-766-4581. I mean, you know, because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unfold here. There's a lot to digest, and hopefully we were able to cover a lot of those things. Let's get this phone call. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Patricia. I'm calling from Waldorf, Maryland.
Hey, Patricia. How you doing, sweetheart? What's on your mind? Speak on it.
I'm good. My question for your guest is, I mean, he constantly mentions Tasha K. And it seems like he got upset because she didn't want to pay him. Was he going to donate this information to the larger platforms, or was Tasha K his target for payment?
Okay. Thank you so much for your call.
That's a fair question. It's a fair question. Is she still on the line?
No. She just I just hung up on her. Yeah.
No, that's a fair question. Like I stated earlier in the live, she was one of the big mainstream bloggers, media outlets to reach back to me directly.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted a coin. She didn't want to pay. That's fine.
Right.
I get that. Cool. But behind the scenes, was threatening to expose me. She was threatening to say, you know, all of this stuff.
But let's real quick. Why was she threatening to expose you? That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. Why was she threatening to expose you? Why?
Because I didn't give her this audio that I presented to her. And because Armand Wiggins is her arch nemesis.
Oh.
So I guess, you know.
Oh, boy.
Like, she feels slighted. But, you know, Tasha K, don't do me like that. Because, well, you shouldn't have did all of this. Because I'm just a everyday regular person.
Right.
You know, don't do me because you didn't want to pay.
Right. Let me grab this phone call real quick. Another phone call.
Me.
Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Right. Let me grab this phone.
Hey, Pascal. This is Coy, and I'm calling from Missouri. How are you doing today?
I'm good, sweetheart. What's on your mind? Speak on it.
It's going just fine. I had a question.
Shoot.
All right. So my question is that even with him saying what he just said about Tasha K and the arch nemesis, that was very interesting. A little twist to throw in against her, and I guess that was kind of a little stick. But I did have a question. As he was speaking earlier, he said that Kerrion gave a even larger number. And I wanted to know what was that even larger number to, because it sounds like he's also saying that he did not have a conversation with Kerrion from Christmas till as far as the leaking. So when what did Kerrion give the number to? And because that would mean in some way, yeah, he does know about this. There was a conversation between that time.
Thank you so much for the call, Coy.
Hang up on her.
Oh, don't hang. No, don't hang up. Sorry, never mind. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother. Say what you got to say.
I can address this.
Let's go.
Tasha K made her video on Friday. She said what Kerrion asked her for. She said those numbers, and then she went on Station Head and made claims that me and Kerrion were in cahoots and we were trying to get, together, that we were in cahoots together. Right. I have not seen Kerrion since last Saturday. So I'm telling you the truth.
Gotcha.
But would that make it, but just me looking at it, would that seem like you were, though? If he came offering the number and then you came offering, wouldn't that kind of seem like it? And if she doesn't know, she doesn't know if you guys have talked. So I don't know. It wouldn't make me think like that. And true,
yes, it's okay to have an assumption, but that's not what it was. Me and Kerrion do not have each other's number. We are not cool. That's not how it went down. Of course, the story is hot. I reached out to Tasha K.
Mm-hmm.
She reached out to him. That's what she said in her video on Friday. She didn't reach out to me. I reached out to her. So distinguish the difference. It may seem like we were whatever she's trying to insinuate, but that's not what it was.
Gotcha. Coy, thank you so much for the phone call.
Respond.
Thank you so much, Pascal. Have a wonderful day.
Or unless you want to respond.
I do.
Go ahead.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So, and thank you so much for sharing that, brother. So, when you say about the assumption, like you didn't want her to assume, I think that it's very important that we don't assume as well. Like when you were saying that that Kerrion was telling you, like I think you were saying, like he didn't care or he had no response. Then just like she assumed, maybe you were assuming that this would be the way to get, I'm not sure, the way to get the coin versus the way to get the healing. So, I just think that, we have to, at some point, be like, okay, so what are we doing this for? Are we doing this for the healing of the young man, for the healing of the family, for the money in the pocket, just kind of balance ourselves out. I'll do respect, and I'm listening and just trying to, understand, because this goes all over the airwaves. This affects a lot of people in their house and in my family, and, the way we look at gospel music, the way we look at religion, the way we look at this man, his legacy, this young man, his heart. I have 4 sons, so you can't tell me about the aggression. My sons go from 14 to 22. So when you talk about aggression of a young man, whatever I've had to say, and you best believe I'm number one. I'm number one all the time, and I've had to say what I had to say. My sons pull it back together, and we keep it moving. So, blessings to you and that family. And, then my heart just goes out as a mom, you know what I'm saying? And I love my boys, and I'm 100% pro black men, whatever they don't do.
Coy, thank you so much for the phone call. Thank you.
Okay.
And I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to feel, obviously, what she said is, she hit the nail on the head. I mean, there's a lot of people that feel this type of way, that type of way. Go ahead.
That was a fair statement. That's fair. As somebody just tuning in, that's fair.
Right.
But understand, I need the people to digest. I didn't want to be a part. I did not. That was my whole get down for trying to sell the tape to Tasha K.
Right.
Baby, I don't want to get involved. Me and Kerrion are not cool. We're not friends, but I feel some compassion for his story. So if I want to sell a tape to a blogger to get it out there, there's nothing wrong with that.
All right, let's get this other phone call. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Pascal. Hey, CJ. This is Night Rider.
Night Rider, what's up, girl? How you doing? How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing good.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
Doing good.
What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Okay, I have like 3 questions.
Shoot.
For CJ. Okay. I just want to know. I think listening to the whole thing, you really cared about him, as a person, not in a funny way or nothing like that. Do you think his outrage towards you when y'all got into it was because of his way of thinking? And feeling about being molested and things like that? Or was his rage just for no reason?
Am I on mute?
No.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Can you also see me too?
Yeah. You on my TV. I'm talking to you on my phone. I can see you on my TV.
His rage, number 1, was because of the stuff he liked to do. So that's where that came from.
Okay.
And number 2,
waving back.
Me and him do have a history because I'm not a punk. So anybody that disrespects me or challenges me, I will go toe to toe with you. And he has a very strong personality. He is very aggressive. So that's what that was. It was 2 men, me being proud of my LGBT, and whatever he's dealing with over there, that's on him. But I was not about to back down from him.
Okay, and then my second question was, earlier in the conversation, you called him a trick. What does that mean?
I called him a trick?
Yes, you called him a trick multiple times in this conversation. So I'm trying to figure out, was he having,
I called Kerrion a trick. I don't recall me saying...
you did. Multiple times. You did. Multiple times. So I'm asking...
Oh, I think he said a trip. Like, Kerrion is a trip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a trip.
A trip, not a trick.
Okay,
man, I was like, when did he say that? Man.
Okay, in the chat, we thought that's what you said. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You good?
I apologize.
Night Rider,
that's
you good?
Why I asked you. No, that's why I asked the question. I'm
good?
very sorry.
No, it's okay.
I don't.
It's okay.
I don't. I'm sorry. I really apologize.
It's okay.
Us in the chat, we thought that's what you said, and it was like, oh, we see where this is going. And okay, listen. I apologize. Hey, I'm a stand-up girl.
You good?
Good.
Night Rider, you good? What's the?
Okay,
you said you had 3.
Third question,
yeah. What's your third?
The third question. Well, it's a statement.
Shoot.
I respect where you're coming from, and you know why you did what you did. But you gotta think about the next time when somebody's been victimized. It's not your story to tell.
I received
And then
that.
if that person isn't ready, because now whatever his story is going to be so convoluted because it's a lot of people who want to shut his story down, and a lot of victims are treated that way. But I see now. I see where you were coming from. You were coming from a good place with it.
Thank
and
you.
say it. Anybody who needs to come out and say something, say the hell away from Tasha K. She's a victimless shamer on the face of this earth. So just you know, I understand what you was trying to do now, and I respect what you was trying to do. But you got to tell your own story. You cannot tell anybody else's story.
Hold on, can you stay on the phone?
Yes.
When everybody was coming out bashing Kerrion for getting cussed out by his father, what was the first thing that they were saying? He's 33. He needs to get it together. He is blah blah blah. So it's not my story to tell, but nobody was
You can
listening.
give your side of it. Yeah, you can give your experience with that person.
Nobody was listening to him. They talked about his
Okay.
age and him being 30 plus.
Right, right. I understand.
If he needed help getting his story out, I did that for him. That's where that came from.
Word.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. And thank you so much, you guys. And CJ,
Anytime.
peace and blessings to you, because I see what you was trying to do the right thing, and I respect that. Pascal, I'm out. I'll be back in the chat. Guys.
All right. See you later, Knight Rider.
All right, bye.
Peace. The last piece, she said is she's got a point. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I just want to make this abundantly clear. I'm not trying to drag myself into any type of YouTube drama or anything of that sort. I'm just here to be a vessel, to tell this story, to hear this side, to hear CJ's side, to hear what his reasons were behind all this, why this leaked and everything. And I'm hoping that you guys are getting a full scope of everything. Let's get this one last phone call, all right?
Behind all this,
Hey, y'all on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Caleb.
Caleb, what's up, man? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New York.
Oh, okay. New York. Yeah, I love it. So what's on your mind? Speak on it. And can you mute that that sound in the background?
Okay, so I have just a comment to say. I do believe that Kerrion was being molested. I do believe his mom, in her interview, touched on that by what she was saying about statute of limitations and all of that. And I do agree with, I do feel like CJ was put in a certain position because Kerrion was getting beat up on the social media. Like when the video came out of Kirk cussing him out,
right?
Like people were really just going in on him, and him having mental, illness, if you will, or like his mental health being not, at the best. Then, I think that CJ dealt, dealt the cards the way he felt they should have been dealt, because no one was like, I was reading comment after comment, and all of these parents and, black church people were not like standing up for him at all. They were all saying, no need to apologize. You're good, Kirk. Like not allowing Kirk to have any accountability, which I thought was really disgusting.
Yeah.
And the only thing else I have to say is that with Tasha K lies. So when she says that she spoke to Kerrion and that Kerrion offered her a certain amount, he requested a certain amount of money We don't know if that's true. She has lied so many times, and it's been proven.
Interesting. I mean, that's a strong point. Because anybody can say anything. Really, anybody can say anything. So that is a good point.
I mean, she's a proven liar. And so my heart goes out. Yeah, I mean, yes, she is. Okay. I mean, I think she's still in court with Cardi B for lying on her numerous of times. My heart goes out to Kerrion because, I've been violated as a child, and it took many years of praying and self-help books and all of this type of stuff. And I really, when I look at his pictures with his dad as a child, and I look at his videos, I feel like I can discern that he has gone through what the tape and the audio says he's gone through. Yeah. And I really pray that God will hearken the hearts of these black mothers and fathers that hear his story and change their dialogue about him in the comments, because it does not make us look good. Like, it really makes the black community and the churches that we go to, it really makes us look demonic when you look at the comments on his page.
That's what's up. First off, I want to say before we hang up with you, thank you so much for speaking your truth and coming out and telling us, your experience, because it is no joke. And there's a lot of people out here that deal with this, you know what I'm saying, that are dealing with this and that are afraid of stepping out and saying things. So I appreciate you stepping out and speaking your truth on the show, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Stay blessed, bro.
You too.
Yeah, man. This is a tough one. There is one thing I wanted to point out too, real quick, that was kind of bothering me when I was seeing all the reactions to the. This is before CJ put out this video, right? The infamous video that that's being seen and heard all over the world. It was the way that everybody was responding to Kerrion's videos that were on Instagram, and how they were like, I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like the way that us as a black community look at mental health, the way we deal with it is still something that we turn a blind eye to it. That we're so quick to pass judgment and say, oh yeah, get off your father's back. You're a 32-year-old man. But it's like, well, maybe there's something deeper going on with him that needs to be addressed, that there's more to this than just him stirring the pot or trying to start some drama. Maybe there really is something very, very dark going on that needs to be addressed. But instead, we are so quick to sit there and just kind of go, be a man, stand up, dust yourself off. You know what I mean? Instead of going, let's find the professionals to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? What were you going to say? I'm sorry, CJ.
No. I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
That's my whole point of putting this all out there. He was being made fun of. He was being teased. And like the last caller just really touched my heart, because I'm a victim of sexual abuse as a child. That is not something to play with. That is not something that you just sweep under the rug, as a lot of black families do. Just, don't tell nobody.
Right.
That's not what we do. And if it's true that Kirk Franklin molested Kerrion, I gave him a platform now to open up. Whatever he chooses to do now is on him.
Right.
I made that decision for him. So this was not an expose. This was me trying to get some money, and out of this confession, that's not tea to the people who want to say, oh, that was, no, I was not being shady. I didn't want to be a part. And behind the scenes, y'all didn't know what's going on with Tasha K.
Gotcha.
So this is why I'm on camera because Tasha K is being crazy.
Right. Now, outside of that part, I do have one last question for you, and then of course we gotta wrap up this show. But why not just hit up Kerrion, tell him the information or give him the footage, and let him deal with it on an internal, personal manner? Why put it out there to the ether for the rest of the world to hear this? Why not just keep it as a personal matter?
I guess you probably wasn't listening to me either, Mr. Pascal, with all due respect.
Right.
That I tried to talk to him on Saturday.
Right.
I tried to get his blessing, or I tried to talk to him when his story about getting cussed out was going viral. I made an attempt because I wasn't just about to do this. I was not about to just waste my energy not getting, anything really out of this to tell his story. I wanted his, like Kerrion. I was trying to tell him, like, Kerrion, you don't remember Christmas? You don't remember what the fuck happened? I recorded it, and he just wasn't, it was not getting through to him. So I did attempt to talk to Kerrion. And maybe that's why Tasha K felt like we were in cahoots. But I don't know her timeline of when she was talking to Kerrion.
Yeah.
She lied on that Wisely show and said that we spoke on Tuesday when that wasn't, we spoke Wednesday. I got the email confirmation. I got emails and her business number. I even tried to call her yesterday to tell her, Tasha K, you can't leak my call with you because then you're going to really expose me. You have my very real personal phone number and my personal email. So I spoke to her husband, Shaq. And her ass didn't want to get back in touch with me.
Gotcha.
So this is why I'm on camera with you today.
Of course.
Because if she's going to expose me, let me expose myself as the source and let it be known this was not supposed to be about me. This was supposed to be about Kerrion.
Right.
And if she's mad that she passed up on the opportunity, then that's your fault. But don't come for me, Tasha K. Because in your emails, lady, there's a confidentiality agreement in your email as a disclaimer. So don't mess with me, Tasha K. I'm not Kerrion. I have a well-to-do family. I'm in good graces with my family. No shade. So if I have to lawyer up on you, Tasha K, don't play with me.
All right. You heard it right here, guys. CJ, I want to say a big thank you for being on, man. I really do appreciate it. In real talk, it does still take a lot to get out here and get in front of something like this that's so heavy and so, I mean, like I said, there's a lot going on. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, contacting, reaching out to me and talking to me about this. You know what I'm saying? It really truly does mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that we were able to air out a few questions and just get the truth out there, to get your truth out there as best as we possibly can, right? So, again, thank you so much for being on. I'm going to go into a quick commercial break, but we will be right back. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall.
Hey guys, real quick, I just wanted to get my boy a chance to chop it up with you guys, let you guys know where you guys can get in contact with him if you have any questions for him in regards to this whole situation. What's your IG address and everything?
My Instagram is CJ on camera, letter C, letter J on camera.
CJ on camera. You can find him on IG. Again, CJ, thank you so much for being on, my brother. I really do appreciate it, man. We'll be talking here soon, okay? Stay up, stay positive, and we'll be in touch. All right, brother?
All right, Pascal.
Peace, man.
And fuck Tasha K.
Peace. Have mercy. Have mercy. Anyway, I want to say a big thank you to everybody who was on today. You know, like I said, this is a very big conversation. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on, and like I said, it's a robust, very dense conversation, dense story. Hopefully we were able to cover as much as we could on one side of the spectrum, of course, because we don't have Kerrion's story. We only have CJ's perspective, but hopefully it sheds a little bit of light on that particular side of the story. And of course, you know, y'all, if you haven't done it yet, please hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I also do an evening show Tuesdays through Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we talk about all things, okay? We talk about all things, you know, and I just feel like this is a conversation that we needed to talk about. You know, the allegations, the stories that are coming around, the speculations that have been floating back and forth. I mean, it's really, really heavy stuff. And I think it's really important that we address those things and talk about those things. You feel me? We can't just let this be. We can't just let it sit, right? We need to address these things and talk about these things. And, you know, like I said before, for those of y'all who know someone or is a victim of child or sexual abuse, please give this phone number a call. That is 1-800-656-HOPE. That is 4673. Again, 1-800-656-HOPE or 4673, or text 741741 and to get in contact with a counselor again, okay? Because this is a serious topic, and it's definitely a thing that I feel also a lot of men don't get a chance to really talk about these experiences that they go through. And it's a serious thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you should just turn a blind eye. I know I've said that like 17 times today, but real talk. It's not something that you just turn a blind eye to. It is a very, very serious matter that really does need to be addressed, because it could later on fester into something negative. It could just grow into something very dark deep inside of you. So please be sure to call that hotline. And remember, you are not alone. You are never alone. You are never alone. All right? But anyway, if you haven't done it yet, hit that like button down below. That would really mean a lot. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button, please. Really mean a lot. And of course, if you are so compelled, please hit that join button. $4.99 a month helps me fund and keep doing shows like this and then some. So please, 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 please hit that join button. Join the Pascal Show family. That would really, really mean a lot. Anyway, guys, I want you guys all to go and do something positive today. It is Monday. It is the top of the week. Let's get this week started. Let's kick this week off with something very, very positive, okay? So go do something dope for someone you love or just for a random stranger. And it could be as simple as holding a door open for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Mission accomplished. Do you feel me? Just go do something positive today. I love all your faces, okay? Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is the Pascal Show. Bye. Stay blessed, guys.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.